Good morning all, and welcome to another video. Today we want to create a personal finance dashboard with all that's included. Let's see how this works and how the alert works. If you come on month and you select the month of April, and we're starting us in April, the total income is greater than the targeted income, and you have two debt due to be paid worth $8,600 in April. If we click on match, we have five debt to pay, and this is it. And let's click on August. Okay, so we are in August already. Let's click on match. Okay, I'm trying to find the one where we don't have any debt to pay. So let's just click now. In the month of October, no unpaid debt in October, and we could not meet our target in October. So we are going to create this dashboard and create a DAX to achieve this. So let's get right into it. So let's open a new Power BI page, Control N. I want to make use of spark lines in this also. So let's do this. Let's go back to the data set, personal finance data set, the one I sent to the group, and just click on this, connect your data to this what PBRX. Now for those of you that are not that have not activated your work email and connected to the Power BI service, just click on this so you can have that sparkline chat. It's taking time, let's just wait for it to come up. Okay, okay, so we have the sparkline chat here for those that don't have a working email. For those that have a working email, you can easily just come over here, get more visuals, and get the sparkline charts instead of doing this. So let's work with this. Now we have the sparkline charts here. So let's bring in our data. Come over to as an Excel workbook. It's on my desktop. Personal finance data sets and open. Click on data sets. So we need these two tables. Income goal. Let's wait for it while the preview is coming up. Okay. And we need the main data table. So those are the new table, the two tables that we need. So let's just click on transform data to take us to Power Query. Okay, so We're working with 7 columns, 300 rows, so we don't need to count our rows, it's already here. So let's see what we have here. We have the month column, we have the main type, and the main type column consists of expenses and what? Income. Now we have the category, we have housing, main income, personal income, side income, and transportation. We have the subcategory. Now we want to know in this subcategory which of them is our income and which is our expenses. So let's go back to where we have the main type, unselect all and select just income. So now on our category, main income and side income are the income, and on our subcategory, e-commerce, Google AdSense, my shop, and salary are the income. So we've gotten a better view or a better grasp of our data set. So let's unfilter the row. Now we have a column with amounts. Okay, and amounts, let's just change the data type to what? Currency. We have bill due date and we have status. We are having empty of 16% on the bill due date and the status. Why? Let's confirm. Okay, you can see that where we have that null are the income. Reason we have null in the bill due date because your income, they're not expenses, so there's no bill due date for income. Income is money coming in, not the money going out. So this null value here is as it's supposed to be, so it is not an error. So let's go ahead and start cleaning. Our data is 100% clean. We don't need to perform any cleaning on this. The data type we've checked also and they're all correct. So let's go to home and let's close and apply. For this, we're going to calculate about 5 DAX first for our KPIs. Then later we're going to create 2 more DAX for the alert and for our gauge chart caption. So first, let's create the DAX. We're going to create the total amount, the total income, the total expenses, available balance, and the total target. So let's go to our model view to confirm our tables are connected. And yes, the connection has already been, the relationship has already been created. But let's do something. Right click here and go to properties. And you can see that in the properties, the cross filter direction is single. Let's change it to double. So when we are using our slicers, it's going to affect both of the tables, both the main data and the income row. So click on both and click on save. Okay, we're good here. Let's go back to our report view. And let's start creating our measure. So click on this drop down and go to enter data. And we are renaming this to what? Measures. And click on load. Okay, so right click here and click on new measure. The first measure we want to create is the total amount. So let's rename this as total amount. And the formula for it is we're summing, what are we summing? We're summing the mean data amount. So just double click on this and let's edit this. Click on the $sign here and change auto to 0. Okay, the next measure we want to create is the total income. Now just click right here and click on new measure. And we're renaming this to what? Total income. For this, now if you remember your Power Query, when we populate the main type column, we saw that we have income and expenses in that column. So we are going to use the formula calculate and filter the income from the main type. So equals to calculate. And what do we want to calculate? Open your square bracket and bring in total amount. Put a comma and select filter. What are we filtering? We are filtering the table main data and put a comma. On the main data, we want to filter what? The main type. I hope I'm getting this. And what on the main type? Where the main type is equals to, open your quotation mark and write income. Close your quotation mark and we're good to go. You can close your bracket or just press enter. So we have our total income. Let's format it. Click on the $sign and change auto to what? 0. Okay, next we want to create the total expenses. So we're just going to copy this formula. Ctrl C and new measure. Our new measure is what? Total expenses. And just paste the formula we've copied, Ctrl V, and change income here to what? Expenses. Format with the $sign and change auto to what? 0. And then we have our total expenses. Next, we want to get the available balance. And we are just going to reuse the measures we've created. So for this, use your square bracket and bring in total income minus, open your square bracket, total expenses. We want the $sign and we are changing auto to 0. And there we go, we have it. Last but not the least, we want to know the total target. So new measure, let's write total target. And the formula for this, we're summing. What do we want to sum? Our income goal, income target. $sign, change auto to 0. And there we have it. Next, let's create our dashboard. Then we'll write the tax letter for everything. For this, we want to make use of a white background, and we already have a white background. We can remove the spark line. Later, we'll bring it in. Let's remove it for now. Okay, so let's format our page. Click on format. And for our canvas setting, we want to leave it at 16.9 and we want to align it to where the middle. Okay, next, first and first, let's bring in a text box. Click on text box, put on your title, drop it down, and for this we want to write personal finance dashboard, all in caps. Okay, we want to make this, let's make it 30. Let's make it bold. Come right down here for our text color, go to more colors, and let's use this 1C1 F3E. Okay, so let's go up to where we have size and style. Let's make the height, excuse me, 47, and let's make the width 609. Okay, let's adjust it a bit here. Okay, there we go. Next, let's bring in shape. Go to insert, shape, and bring in this, a rounded rectangle. Let's just populate this. We're going to adjust it later. Click right here, go to shape, and bring in another one. So let's take this here. So let's format the shape. For this, come to size and style. We want the height to be 128 and the width 1074. Then let's come right here and go to shape and style. Change the rounded corner to 5. For fill, go to more color and we want to use 1C1 F3E. Okay, put off the border and we have that. So let's format this. The color, we are still going to use this field 1C1 FCE. Then let's put off the border and go over to the width. For the height, we want the height to be 710 and the width also 710. It's too big. Let's do this. Okay, let's adjust normally. Let's drag this up here. I think the rounded corners. Let's change the rounded corners. It's too rounded. Let's make this 5. Okay, it's okay this way now. Okay, let's adjust this. Take it up a bit. Okay, good to go. So this is what we have here. Next, we're going to, let's just fill our logo. Let's bring in our logo. So go to insert and click on image. And the logo is on the desktop. Mm, let's confirm, is it this? Let's confirm if this is the logo. Okay, yes it is. So let's change the height to 161 and the width to 165. Okay, so just take it here. That is it pretty here. I think we still have some space, so we can also expand this. Okay, so next let's bring in a slicer. Come to your visual gallery and choose the slicer. Add data and bring in the month on your main data. Okay, so for this slicer, we're going to make the height 63 and we are going to make the width 160. Okay, let's just bring it in here first. So we'll keep adjusting this till we get what we want. Okay, next let's put up this. We want to remove transparency and the background from this. So let's do this. Before we remove the background, let's see what we're really working with. So come down here, we're going to put up the background letter. And let's come to our slicer setting. For the style here, we want it to be a drop down. So click on drop down. Okay, so we have that. And let's come down for our slicer header. We want it to be bold and we want the color to be white. Okay, and let's come to our values. Come down here. On our values, we want it to be bold also and we want it to be white. So now we can remove our background. So go down to background, go up to background, sorry, and check it out. So this is what we are left with. So click on this month, duplicate it 3 times. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, take it down here. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. We can take this up. So you can click on everything, let's align them. So go to format, on the align, we're going to align them vertically. So now for this next one, let's remove the month slicer and go to your add data. We're going to bring in the main type. Okay, and for this we're going to bring in the category. Okay, and last but not the least, we're going to bring in the status here. Okay, we're going to have our alert here, so let's bring in a card. Let's bring in this. And let's just write this. Or let's use a text box for this, sorry. Remove on your title and write alert. Okay, so let's edit this. For this, we're going to use DNI. We'll give it a size 14. Let's make it bold. And for the size, let's go up to size and style. Let's make the height 50. And let's make the width 121. Oh, let's put it here, then we'll change the color to white. So let's align it to the center. Align to the center. Then change this towards white. And let's put off the background. And we're good to go. Now let's bring in our KPIs. For that, we need to bring in a card. So bring in a card. On our card, the first KPI we would like to bring in, we're going to bring in the total income. So our measures, select total income. Okay, so let's format this. For the height here, we're going to use 80, and for the width, we are going to use 168. Okay, that's okay. So let's go down and turn off the background. And let's go down off your category labels, and on our callout value, we want it bold, but let's use size 30. Make it bold. Let's put it right here because we need to change the color. So let's just leave it here first. We'll change the color. So change the color to what? White. Okay, so let's go and add our title. Put on your title. And for this, we want to write total income. Let's use size 14. I think size 14 is okay, but we'll just make it bold. Let's use Sego UI and make the text color what? White. There we go. Now we are going to duplicate this 3 times. Ctrl C, Ctrl V, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So this stay right here. So let's align them first. I click on this audio sheet. Go to format. Align to the top. Distribute horizontally. Okay, there we go. Next, let's bring in the values here. For this, we want to have total expenses. So remove income, add data on our measure total expenses. So let's come to our title. So for this, we want to have available balance here. So let's just change this first. Let's increase this. Okay, let's increase this. We don't want it slanted. And for this will be our total target. So let's just change it there before we change the values. Okay, so let's change the values here. Remove total income, add data, and I'll measure available balance. Right here, remove total income, add data, and I'll measure total target. Okay, so we're good to go. Next, we're going to bring in a spark line chart. So this is it. This is a spark line chart. So for this, on your visual gallery, click on this. On our axis, we're going to bring in the month, and on our value, we are going to bring in the total income. Okay, this is what we have here. So let's edit it. For the size and style, we want the height to be 52 and we want the width to be 199. Okay, so let's come down here, turn off the background and go down here, turn off the category labels. So let's bring this here, let's see what we have. Okay, on our line, come down, click on line, and we want to change the line color to white and change the width to 3. Okay, so we're going to duplicate it 3 times. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. I think I put it down, so let's stop it. Put this here. Okay, now for this, we are going to remove total income and add total expenses. For this, we are going to remove total income and add the available balance. And lastly, we're going to remove total income and add the total target. So let's align all this. So format, align to the top, distribute horizontally. Okay, so let's move on to the rest. Our dashboard is getting shape now. So let's duplicate this card we have here. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. bring the right here, and we want to write our name. So for this, let's make the height, let's see, 1137, and let's make the width 50. Let's just do this manually. So let's go to where the name is. With the title, let's change it. So let's do this here. Okay, reduce this. Duplicate this again. Let's put in the date. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So I'm making this on the 1st of February. So let's write today's date. 01 slash 02 slash 2025. Leave this here. And let's bring in our picture if you have one. I'm going to align all this too, or let's just do that. Let's align both of them. Oh, sorry, we need to distribute, or it's not distributing. So let's maintain what we have. We'll just ship them manually later. So insert image, and let's bring in a picture. So for this my picture, I'm just going to make the height 48 and the width 113. Okay, let's do this. Let this name be at the top, and we're going to put the picture in between this, in between the dates. Okay, so let's go ahead. Now let's start bringing in our shapes. We want to use shapes for this. So let's just bring in that shape. Let's use rounded rectangle, or let's use the rounded rectangle. So the first shape is going to be 234, and the width is going to be 315. Okay, this is for the first shape. So let's edit this. Come down here to where we have shape and style. Okay, this is it. For the rounded corner, we're putting it at 5. Okay, and for the fill, how do we want the fill to be? So let's go to this. Let's use this. Okay, so let's go down to the border. Let's use this shade of white. Let's see. Okay, yes, let's use something else. Let's see. Let's go down to the border again. Let's go to more color. Let's put a color. E6, E6, E6. Yeah, we're using a shade of white, but you can see that it's not that it's not that sharp, but it's just calm. So duplicate, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Let's leave this here. And for this, we want to the eye to be 278, and the width will be 346. I want it a bit bigger. Okay, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Let's take this here. I think we need to reduce this a bit. Let's just do that. Okay, for this, I'm going to maintain this. Then let's duplicate one more. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Okay, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Let's bring this way. Let's see if we can adjust just a bit. Okay. Mm. Okay, there we go. We have all our templates. Okay, let's start bringing in our charts. The first chart we're going to bring in a gauge chart. So let's go right to on. I'm bringing a gauge here. Okay, right here. And for this, for the height of this is going to be 200, and the width is going to be 319. Okay, now on this, on our values, we are going to add the total target. So we have that there. And on our maximum value, we are going to bring in the total income. So let's format. Let's go down, and first thing first, let's put out the background. On our title, let's edit this. And make the text color should be this, and let's put it to the middle. So let's edit our data. color value. For this, we want it bold. For the style, we are going to make use of the DNR light. So for this color, we want this and make it bold. Okay, so let's come up here. Our data labels are on. Yes, let's go for the color. And for the fill color, we want to use this. So we're good to go. Next, we're going to bring in a text box here. So let's duplicate this. Or let's leave it. We'll bring in a card. When we're ready, we'll do that. But just make sure there's a space here for the card to contain. The next chart we're going to bring in, a donut chart. So this is a donut chart. And let's take it here. For the height of this donut chart, we're going to make it 231. And for the width, we're going to make it 307. So let's fit it right into the shape. So we still have some space so we can adjust to our preference. Okay, now on the legend here, we're going to bring in the main type, and on the values, we're going to get our total amount. So we have this here. So let's edit it. First and first, we're going to put up the background. So our title, total amount by main type, we're leaving it at that. We're making it bold and we are aligning towards center. So let's go down. On our legends, we're going to put off the title, and the text on our legend, we want it bold. We want the color to be this. Let's go to our data labels. Go down. Okay, let's go to our slices first. For this, the income is going to be this color, and the expense go to more color. We're going to input a color code. We want to use 89A BE3. Okay, there we go. And we are good to go here. Next, I want to bring in a line chart. So click out, come to this line chart, and we are putting it right here. And for this line chart, we want the height to be 281, and we want the width to be 346. Let's see if that's going to work. Okay, so let's adjust it to fit into our shape. Okay, for this, on our x-axis, we're going to bring in the build due date. So come to your main data, click on build due date. Okay, next, on our y-axis, we're going to bring in the total amount. Now if it's showing this way, click on this, remove this and bring it in again. And you should have this now. So let's edit. So come right down here. First and first, we put up the background. And for this, we're going to name it as trend analysis of expenses and income. Okay, so let's make it bold. It's already in the middle, but align to the center. Okay, so let's go down, and on our x-axis we're going to put off the title, taking care of that. And for the values on our x-axis, we want them bold, and we want to make use of this color. Okay, so let's go to the y-axis. We have to put up the title and value on our y-axis. Put up value, put up the title. Okay, so let's go down, and our line, we want the interpolation to be smooth. We want it smooth. Okay, so go down to where we have color, and we want to use this. Put on shade area, put on data labels. So for our data labels, let's make it a bit bold. No, 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 no. Yes. Okay. Okay. Next, we're going to bring in a pie chart. Make it over here. For this pie chart, we want the height to be 264, and we want the width to be 299. So let's put it here. I think we still have some space, so we're going to fit it in to our space. Okay, let's add our visuals here. For this, on our legend, we are going to bring in the status code, and our values, we're going to bring in what? The total amount. Okay, now you see we are having this blank here, so let's take care of the blank. So come to your filter, on your status, select all, unselect everything, select paid, select blank, and that's all we need for that. So let's edit this. Come down here, and we're going to put off the background. On our title, we want to write monitor bill payment status. So let's do that. Okay, let's make it bold. Come down here, align to the middle. So let's change our colors now. Okay, on our legend, we want to put up this. So this is our slicer color. Let's use our slicer color first. So paid is going to be this. Unpaid is going to be this. Okay, so let's come to the legend and put up the title on the legend. And let's make this bold. Okay, Let's make our data labels. Even for this to do that, let's make it bold. So go to down over to detail labels. Okay, let's change this quickly also. Okay, the next chart we're going to have for this analysis, we are going to bring in a stack bar chart. So take out, and this is a stack bar chart. So let's arrange it to fit into this space. Okay. On our y-axis here, we're going to add in the subcategory, and on our x-axis, we're going to bring in the total amount. Okay, there we go. But now we want to do something. For this analysis, we just want to check the major expenses category. So what do we do? Remember, on our power query, we selected, when we filtered income, we know that salary, my shop, Google AdSense and e-commerce are all in income. So if we want to check the major expenses, these four things cannot be there. So we are going to use our filter to do what? Uncheck them. So come down to subcategory, and we're just going to do this. Select all, but we are now removing e-commerce, Google AdSense, my shop, and last but not the least, salary. So we are good to go this way. So let's edit this. Come down and put off your background, and on our title, we're naming it as what? Major expenses. Major expenses category. Okay, make it bold. The text color will be this, to the center. So let's format this, and top the title. We need to take care of this too. So put up title also here. See, there's a grid line here. I don't know if you noticed. Put up the grid line. Taken care of. Our bars. The bar color, we want it to be this. Okay. Let's add our data labels. And for our data label color, into bold. Okay. And we need to take care of this too. So let's go back to our x-axis. And we're good to go. Now let's start writing the complicated DAX, but let's do this. Let's just add some serenene to this. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Take this right here, and on our title, let's do this, increase this to the space. So on our slicer header, we're changing this to search. And for the color, we want this. So let's go down to visual border. Turn on the visual border. Change this to 10. And we have that there. Okay. Are we ready to write the DAX? If so, let's get ahead and start writing. Now we want to write this particular DAX for our gauge chart to tell us when we met our target or when we did not meet our target or when we are above our target for the month. So let's do that. We need to write a DAX for this. So come to your measure, right click, new measure. I want to rename this as gauge caption. And we are going to use variance to do that. So equals to, if variance, I'm going to use variance go, just write it. But let's use variance underscore go is equals to, open your square bracket, the total amount minus, open your square bracket, total target. Shift enter. Let's go down to a new page, the var again, and let's select month underscore select. Let's write that. Is equals to, we're using the formula selected month, selected value, sorry, our table, that is the main data, and on the main data, the month. So let's close our bracket here. Shift enter, return. Let's use shift enter. Let's go down again. Shift enter to go down. If what, that variance go, so just write variance and come down here to variance underscore go is greater than 1, put a comma. So if the variance is greater than this, we're going to say what? Open your quotation. Total income is greater than targeted income. So remember the first day of class, let's put our ampersand up. Okay. Put your ampersand and close the quotation for it to give us a space here. Shift enter, do the same, but let's use format. We want it to bring in our values. So it will say total income is greater than targeted income, and write the what, the amount here. So format, we want the format to come as this. So let's do this. Let's remove this. We want the format. Okay, yes. So remove one of the quotation. Format, variance go, put a comma, open your quotation, put the dollar sign, put the hash symbol, put a comma, put the hash symbol twice, close your quotation mark and close your bracket, and let's put a comma. So now we're writing our else, if else. So if it's not this, what if it's negative, what should be what will it say? So we're doing this. We're writing your, let's use capital. You could not meet your targets in now. We want it to bring the particular month name we could not meet the target in. So we are going to use the month select to format this. So shift enter, open your quotation, put the ampersand and month select which we've written before. Use the ampersand again and close your quotation here, and let's put a full stop. Leave a space, a quotation again, the ampersand, and let's use the format here. The variance goal, put a comma, quotation. This is the formatting we want, that's why we're using this. Dollar sign, same as we did before, the hash, put a comma, the hash twice, close quotation, close your brackets. Shift enter, the dollar sign again, and quotation. Why do we have that error? Let's see this. Okay, at this, let's see what we have. Let's see what we have. Then we'll know if we're coming back to still tweak it. So let's bring in a card and put this in. So total income is greater than targeted income by this. Okay, so let's tweak this. Let's see what we have. Okay, so let's go back here. Right click. Let's double click on it. Instead of using a dollar sign, let's use an ampersand and open quotation, lower than target. Leave a space, close your quotation, close your brackets. Let's see if it's going to work. So total income is greater than targeted income by this. Let's see what we have in the previous. Okay, so we're good to go here. Let's edit this. So go to format and turn off the category labels. For the size of this, we are going to use, let's see, let's try and adjust this. Let's adjust it a bit. Okay, let's do this. Let's go and change the color value. Let's make this 20 and see how it will be. Okay. Mm, I still need to reduce it. Okay, let's do this. Let's change the height and let's use 74 here. And for the width, change that width. It's okay. And let's see how it is outside this. Okay, so let's just, I think let's make it bold. Okay, so that's it for this. Next, let's check our gauge chart, our alerts. Let's check our alert. Okay, so want to bring in an alert to tell us the number of unpaid bills that we have. How do we do that? We're still going to write a DAX formula for this. So let's get right into it. New measure. And we are going to first, we're going to do this. We are going to create, we want to count the records of our entire data set. So let's rename this one as records. And for this, what do we want to do? We are going to count rows. And what do we want to count? Our main data. And just press your enter. So new measure. This is quite confusing, so we're just going to go bit by bit to do this alert. So we're going to write almost 4 variables here for this. So let's start with the first. Using what? var. I will want to name this one as the, let's say, number of late pay, number underscore late pay. Okay, so equals to, we're using calculate. What are we calculating? What we just created now, records. Okay, do the comma and bring in your filter. And what do we want to filter? We want to filter our main data. On our main data, what? Status. And where the status is what? Is equals to what? Unpaid. We're checking number of what? Late paid. We're going to close our bracket for this. Shift enter. Let's move to the rest. To the next, sorry. You're still going to use the var. Let's close this bracket twice and see. Shift enter var. Okay, yes. So we want to create another one, late pay amount. Late underscore pay underscore amount. Okay, so it's equals to what? Calculate. And what do you want to calculate? We want to calculate the total amount. Put your comma, and we want to filter through. What are we filtering? The main data And what table in the main data? Status. Where status is what? Equals to what? Unpaid. Close your quotation and close your bracket twice. This is number 2. Shift enter again. Now, because we want to bring in the months, so we're going to name this selected. Let's do selected underscore month. Where is equals to? So selected value. Now, where the selected value is what? The month. So main data month here. We are going to pick it up. Main data month. Shift enter. Let's put a quote. Put your 2/ and let's return that late pay amount. Late. Okay, let's do this first. Late. We have to use the quote. Let's do that back. So late underscore pay underscore amount is equals to, oh, let's do this. Let's return it first. So let's use return. Close this first. Close this. Shift enter, return. Use return. Shift enter, then put your quotes now. Take late pay amount first. We're going to return it later. We need to quote it, but let's just do this and we'll return it later. So shift enter if okay, let's try this. If okay, use the quotes so the if can be activated. So we want to say now if the number of late pay, so if no late pay or number of late pay is greater than 1, then what should it say? You have, so they're going to tell us the number of amount of late pay we have. So let's use this format to get that. You have, leave a space, open your quotation, put the $, then let's use ampersand. Put your ampersand. You have this number of late pay. Close the ampersand and put a quotation. Debt due to be paid. What? So this is where the amount is going to come out. So we need to format it. Open your quotation mark, put the $, and let's use format. So amount. Okay, just put your ampersand instead of that. and use format. So what are we formatting? The late pay amount. Okay, put a space, open quotation, put the dollar sign, put this. Why is it giving us this error? Why is it? Okay, let's do comma and put a space, open quotation, put the dollar sign. Okay, use a comma after the late pay amount. Put a comma and put 2 of the hash sign. Close your quotation, close your brackets, use your ampersand and close your quotation. Okay, so far we don't have error. So let's go ahead. So now you tell us, let's see, you have maybe 10 with the amount due to be paid. What the amount? Now we want to write in. That means in what month? So put a space and use in, leave a space, open your quotation, put the ampersand, and let's take the selected month. This selected under month we wrote the other time, and close our brackets. So far we have no error, but if you're having any error here, maybe a red underline, there's an issue. But now let's see if what we have done will actually reflect. So click on enter and let's see if it's going to reflect. So let's bring in a card. So go to home, bring in a card. What did I do? Control Z. So a card. And where do we have our alert? So we didn't have any error and it worked. So we have this. So it's just showing in. So for the total of the 12 months, we have what? 23 what debt. But the moment, let's see this. If we click December, in December, we're going to come and format this also. So we are sure that this is working and that's what counts. So let's edit this. So go to format, and for the size and style we're going to use 50, and what we will do with it. And for this we are going to use 121. So let's go down to color value, put off category label, come to your color value, and for this we are going to change this. Let's use 14. Let's make it bold. So we're putting this here and decide to expand it. So we'll take it down because we're still going to bring in an icon for this. So let's remove the background here and change the color to white. So let's change this to white first, and let's put off the background. So we have this here. So on our slicer, let's edit. We saw that our values are not showing properly. So on values, to white, let's make it bold. So let's see now, and we call it out. Okay, let's put off the background here too. Onto background.